Hey guys, it's Childiron here, and I am here with another video about the current state of Krunker.io. So, what am I going to be talking about today? I want to first discuss the cheating problem that Krunker.io faces and has been facing for quite some time now. If you aren't aware, there's been a lot of cheating going on in Krunker, especially because it's a free-to-play game, it's a browser game, and like the accessibility of that game is very easy to access. So that's why it prompts so many hackers to not only make one account to hack on, but multiple accounts to hack on. So I want to just bring attention to this issue at hand, talk about how Krunker is dealing with it, and how we can better deal with this issue ourselves. So right now, Krunker has in place a community-centered system that's supposed to counteract hackers. How does that work? So there's this part of the community called KPD, which are hand-selected members where you have to apply for to actually go through a list of sorts whenever somebody reports someone. The KPD officer, they can see a list of those reports, and then they would hop into the game, check out and spectate the person that's accused of hacking, and declare if he's hacking, ban him, or if he's not hacking, then you submit it as an unhelpful report. So how does this screening process happen and how does it work? I don't have an extended knowledge of KPD and like its inner workings, but I understand the basics of its application systems. So first thing that you need to do is to have 20 helpful reports. So what are helpful reports and what are unhelpful reports? So helpful reports are reports that got somebody accused of cheating banned. So i.e. a helpful report. And the opposite of a helpful report is an unhelpful report where you accuse somebody, but in reality they weren't cheating, they're just possibly good. Or this is up to the discretion of the KPD officer themselves. So to actually become a KPD officer, you need to have 20 helpful reports and have a good ratio between your helpful and unhelpful reports. So that means you can't have like 20 helpful reports and 40 unhelpful ones and get like selected for KPD. A good rule of thumb is if you are wanting to apply for KPD, you should only have like 10% of your reports being unhelpful reports. So say you have 20 helpful reports, I'd say max unhelpful like 2 to 3. You shouldn't go more than that because then your accuracy level is like displayed through like your ratio to helpful and unhelpful reports. So that's why they would select you or not select you. So after you are eligible to apply, you have to go through an application, then hear back from a person that's managing the KPD, and then I assume you go through a series of interviews, see if you're fit for the role, etc. And if not, then they drop your application. So this is where I feel like the problem is. KPD is, of course, like it's well justified that the screening process would take a long time and only a few amount of people are eligible to be KPD officers. This also leads to being a lesser amount of people that have the ability to ban hackers as well as like survey ongoing games. So instead of going through the route of having a community-based system to deal with hackers, why doesn't Krunker implement an anti-cheat of sorts? Now, like, this anti-cheat can physically be like hardware-based, where if it can detect people like just changing the code in the game or something like that, or they could do something like statistical, like analysis to verify if somebody's like actually just insane or they're cheating. So like, it makes sense for somebody to like have a 30% accuracy, say at most a 40% accuracy on their account, but like if somebody has like 60 to 70 to 80%, maybe even 100%, then they're most probably cheating. So instead of waiting for a person to feel like an opponent is cheating and then report them and then have a KPD officer mm, review that report, which, by the way, not all reports get reviewed because it's such a small amount of staff compared to how big the game is, and you can't really expect people to be on full time for a volunteer job, essentially. So it we can't expect a lot from the KPD because physically and financially they're not being supported. So they, all they really get is just the satisfaction of helping the community and aiding with the hacker problem. Now, not only does KPD ban hackers, but I feel like they also help with like filtering toxic people. Like I don't know what happens if someone's like overly toxic, racist, or Semitic in chat, but I feel like they also get a punishment. And yeah, it's really, really inefficient to have solely community-based members be the ones surveying what are alleged hackers, because over time reports are going to seep through, people are going to cheat undetected. Eventually they'll be found, but it's going to take such a long time before that actually happens, where like everybody's already like experienced the hackers, they've went through it, and like their experience was just ruined by the hacker. Say you are playing the game of your life, you're about to drop a nuke, you know, first time in a while, if not your first ever nuke, and then like guest 7 pops in and then starts spin botting everywhere and just killing every single individual on the face of the earth. It's not a fun experience whatsoever, and we really need to counteract this issue because I feel, as well as the community feels, that like this is a very drastic issue that needs to be covered. And not only does it need more community members to be KPD officers, but also an anti-cheat of sorts. Like we can refer to like games like Minecraft that are similar in Krunker, and like all these games, they all have anti-cheats of sorts, which have some defects, but overall they do a great job of filtering through the majority of people. Now, to say that like one hacker just hacks and then gets his account banned, I don't know if Krunker actually goes through an IP ban, but if they don't, they really, really should like look into IP banning people instead of just simply banning people. And not only like network ban, but there's also some sort of computer IP, like one that's designated to your computer, like your Windows license. They should ban that as well. It's like a hardware ban. It's known for like Overwatch, etc., and like other um, Activision games. They have that where they not only ban your IP from accessing the servers, but also they ban your hardware. So if Krunker were to be able to get that information through their terms of service and privacy policies, I definitely feel like they should go through that if they're not doing that already. Again, I don't have extended knowledge about the inner workings of the KPD, right? But yeah, I know for sure there is no anti-cheat currently working within Krunker, and I'm not even sure if there is one in development or any hopes of developing an anti-cheat in the future. But like, please, oh please, share, subscribe, and like just tell everybody like to talk about this, talk about implementing an anti-cheat for Krunker to help combat this hacker situation, because it's so easy to hack in Krunker compared to other games. Because simply put, you hack on an account, you get banned, you just click again, create a new account. Even you don't even need to go through the process of creating a new account, and just you play as a guest, hack on a guest account, switch, hack on another guest account, switch, and hack on another guest account. It's like, it's really simple to hack, and it's really accessible, and we really need to combat this properly. So I hope we are taking more measures than simply relying on the KPD officers themselves. And maybe, like, Krunker, if they're unable to process some sort of anti-cheat, like maybe it doesn't work for browser games, you have two options. Make Krunker into a solely like non-browser game, which I feel like that would never happen, but if that did happen, then you could actually implement an anti-cheat. But if you can't do that, maybe like have people actually work part-time in the KPD where you actually pay them and not only do volunteer work. So that will give people better incentive. They'll like get a contract, for a part-time job, just anything to have more people working on this because it's really hindering the player experience. It's not like before where there was a shit ton of hackers, but now it's much better, but still it can be improved. And yeah, that's why I'm making this video. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, And yeah, please check out my other videos. I stream live on Twitch daily, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.